how to improve your footwork. So if you clicked on this video, you probably want to know how to improve your footwork in boxing. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get in a stance, and you want your stance to be strong, sturdy. You want to be able to do a squat in your stance. You want to be able to produce power from your stance. So the first thing that you want to do is find a line on the floor. This is not the best line, but it's going to work. You're going to put your heel on one side of the line and your toes on the other side of the line, just like so. So on this side, my heels are touching the line, my heel, and on this side, my toes are touching the line, my big toe. So what you're going to do from there, you are going to blade yourself a little bit. If this is your first time, blade yourself. You don't want to be standing squared. Everything on your body is open when you're standing squared like this. You could get hit to the gut, in the sternum, in the abs, in the ribs. You're getting hit all those places. So you want to be a little bit bladed, preferably as bladed as you can comfortably stand in this stance. You want your hands up by your face. And when you're first learning, at least I was taught when I was first learning to keep my elbows in until they're uncomfortable. The reason that you want your elbows in until you're uncomfortable is because most people, when they first put their hands up, are going to go like this, and they're going to have their elbows all flared out. The reason you don't want your elbows to be flared out is because when you have your elbows flared out, everything is open, number one. And number two, as my coach would say, it's like giving your opponent brake lights, okay? So like when you're about to throw a punch, if you're all out here, they're going to see that. You're going to telegraph it versus when it comes straight from the pipe, So that's one important thing that you want to keep in mind when you're holding your elbows in. You want to keep them nice and tight. So like my coach used to say, it's like giving them brake lights. If the car that you were driving behind on the road didn't have brake lights, it would be much harder to see when that car and be able to tell when it's slowing down so you don't run into that motherfucker. So it's a good thing cars have brake lights. But in boxing, you don't want to give your opponent those brake lights. You don't want to give them that warning that you're about to throw a shot. So you want to keep everything nice and tight and throw it from here. So now that you got that part done, let's talk about the rest of the stance. So elbows in, hands up by your face. I like to keep my hands almost like pretty much touching my jaw. Like I like to have it touching around here. That way, if I'm getting hit down here, I'm covered. And if I'm getting hit up here, it's very minuscule movements that I'll have to make to be able to defend myself if they decide to punch here or if they decide to punch here. Now, you also don't want your hands too far from your face, because I don't care how strong you are. If you get punched and your hand is out here and your arm is a lever, that lever is just going to get, if you're getting caught on the end of that lever, that your hand is just going to punch yourself in the face when you go to block a shot. So you want everything to be nice and tight. So now that we got our stance down, okay, you want to stay on a line. The best thing that you could do is find a long line and practice this drill. So I'm going to use this line. What you're going to do is you're going to get in your stance. And with no punches, we're just doing, basic footwork today. We'll get into the punches in the next video. But what we're going to do is we're going to take a step forward. And then we're going to take a small step to follow. And you're going to stay right in that stance. So you're taking steps. And you're keeping your hands up. Very small, precise steps. And then when we're moving backwards, same thing. Small, precise steps. And you want to stay in that stance, okay? So I'll show you on this line. For example, small step, small step, small step, okay? And then small step backwards. This is how you move forward and backwards in the ring. So what we don't want is for you to take a step like this, okay, and then a big step following. This is too big. This right here is too big. Another common mistake when people are doing this is they will pretty much touch their feet together. So they'll take a step and then they'll take another step like this. And now they're just standing up straight. So they'll come here, boom, boom. You'll see guys move around the ring like this, or this is not what you want. You want just, okay? Additionally, you want to find yourself a line. And this is a little bit more complicated, but it's still very, very basic. This is stuff that everybody should be learning. You're going to put one foot on this side of the line and one foot on this side of the line. So one foot in the back, one foot in the front. And what I want you to do is you're going to take a step sideways, small step, okay? Just like this. And then when you're moving back, it's the same thing. So on this line, it would look like this. You're taking a step to the side, small step following. And you might feel weird doing this, but this is how you move left and right. So if I'm moving forward, I'm going to move like this. If I'm moving to the right, I'm going to move like this. If I'm moving to the left, I'm going to move like this. If I'm moving back, I'm going to move like this. Forward, back, side, left side. These are not the end-all be-alls. These are just the very basic steps. This is stuff that you'll probably learn before you even learn how to throw a punch. And if you already get this stuff and you want to make it a little more advanced, but you're still beginner level and you want to throw in the punches in there, then this is how you would do it. So you're getting full extension. You're trying to fully rotate. You're trying to pour out that cup and get full rotation on that wrist and shoulder. I've not had any pro boxing fights, but I've had a couple amateur fights and I have a few years of experience. I don't throw the best punches out there, but I can sure show somebody how to do it properly. So with the punches, it's going to look like this.
And there you have it, guys. This is how we move around the ring. And if you like this video and you want to see more like it, then like, comment, subscribe, and share.